Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I would like to share with you another fantastic game. This game was played between two Polish chess masters, with the white piece is playing Kazimierz Makarczyk and his opponent is his compatriot Bogdan Sliwa. The game was played in 1952 in Poznan, which is a city in Poland. But before starting our game, if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing in order not to miss my future uploads. And now let's go for our game and see what happened on the board. Makarczyk opened up with d4 and Sliwa responded with knight f6, c4 e6, knight c3 and bishop b4. Black goes for Nimzo-Indian defense, queen c2, white is choosing the classical variation, and knight c6, black goes for Milner-Barry variation. In this line, black is giving up his dark squared bishop and then is playing d6 e5, thus opening up the light squared bishop and activating it. Here we have knight f3, the pawn on d4 was hanging d6, a3, and yes, already black is forced to go for bishop takes c3, we have queen takes c3, and black castles kingside g3 and e5. Bogdan Sliwa is choosing a very sharp line. He goes for a pawn sacrifice and white accepted it, although he could also play d5, thus harassing black knight. But as the position is closed, gaining that tempo and moving the knight back on b8 won't give white anything. That's why in our game after e5 we have d takes e5, although I have to tell you that accepting this pawn sacrifice is a bit risky. In here, instead of capturing on e5, white could go for bishop g5. This is a more solid choice, but in our game we have it, knight takes e5. We see the exchange of knights on e5 and rook e8. If we have a look at the position, white managed to win a pawn. White has a bishop pair, bad. On the other hand, white king is still in the center of the board. The center is open and white has to be very careful because one wrong step and white can find himself in trouble. Here we have queen c3 and this time we have an active jump by black knight. Knight e4, queen e3 and bishop g4, a powerful move. This is indirectly acting against bishop g2 development because in this case black can respond with knight c5. That's why as after bishop g4 white can't move his light squared bishop, white played h3. Makarczyk wants to kick away the light squared bishop from d1 h5 diagonal and develop his light squared bishop. For example, if bishop h5 then g4 and then bishop g2. But instead of moving back the knight after h3, Bogdan Sliwa made a powerful move and he played queen d7. He goes for a piece sacrifice and at the same time frees this d8 square for the rook. By the way, placing the queen on d7 is very important because at the same time this queen is needed on a4 e8 diagonal. For example, now if you accept the piece sacrifice and capture on g4, then rook d8 is coming with a direct mating threat. And if queen d3, then queen a4, black is winning. Or after rook d8, if bishop d2, then simply knight takes d2. Let's go back. In our game after queen d7, we have bishop d2, which is a mistake. Instead of playing bishop d2, the most precise move is queen f4. With this move, white moves away his queen from this dangerous e file and at the same time is freeing the e3 square for the bishop. For example, if rook d8, then bishop e3. The rook is joining the defense. If bishop f5, then g4, and then white can develop his bishop and think about castling kingside. White is managing to consolidate his position, but after queen d7 we have this mistake bishop d2, after which white's position collapses quickly. Here comes rook d8, black is intensifying the pressure, and bishop c3. By the way, rook d1 is also not a good idea because black has a powerful bishop f3 move. This move is demoralizing white's army, after which white has no chance to survive. For example, if rook g1, then queen a4 is coming. And it's difficult to find good moves for white. If you capture on f3, then the queen is penetrating white's camp and it's over. Black is winning. That's why in our game after rook d8 we have bishop c3 and knight takes c3. Black is opening up the e file, queen takes c3, and there it goes. We have that powerful bishop f3 move. The bishop is untouchable because white queen should always safeguard this d2 square. That's why white played rook g1, and the question arises, how should black intensify the pressure? Although yes, it's hard to find good moves for white, but on the other hand, how to make a progress with the black pieces? Bogdan Sliwa had a perfect strategic idea and he played rook e4, b3, another waiting move, and rook d4. Now can you understand the idea of playing rook e4? By putting all his heavy artillery on d-file, black is eyeballing on this d1 square with a direct mating threat. Can we call this Alekhine's gun? I'm not sure, because pure Alekhine's gun is when the queen is supporting the rooks from behind, but this is also a powerful weapon and can cause a massive damage to the opponent. Black artillery is putting a considerable pressure on d1. Queen c1 was played and rook d2. There is no way to stop this beast. g4, another desperate waiting move. White wants to free his rook, but there is no way out. Queen d4 is on the board. Rook b1, another desperate move, and in here Bogdan Sliwa made a move and white resigned. Can you find his next move? Ready? The whole idea of bringing the queen on d4 square was to eyeball on the c3 square. That's why in here, view of that idea, Bogdan Sliwa played rook d1 check and white resigned. If queen takes d1, then queen c3 check is coming, and then we will have a checkmate on the board. That's why after this beautiful rook d1 sacrifice, we have a resignation. Just a perfect game played by Bogdan Sliwa, and I hope that you enjoyed this magnificent attack greatly. In the end, a beautiful chess puzzle for you. Please take a look at this position and try to find the winning line for white. I will wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you. Consider checking them out as well. I will see you in my next video. Take care.